go.
When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time, peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line, got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor, leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor, speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time, peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line, got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor, leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor, speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time, peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line, got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor, leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor, speaking to my soul's provider. Forever you're my one desire. When the night's closing in, you remind me. When I'm lost in the maze, need a word for these days. I just call, I just raise every question that I've been saving. And the answer comes on time, peace that settles in my mind. Wisdom on a holy line, got my faith awakened. Chanting the amazing advisor, leading every step I take higher. When I'm weak, you light my fire. I'm chanting the amazing advisor, speaking to my
Boom! That's the sonic boom of the Friday. Welcome everyone and welcome to this live session. I'm your host, Riley the Amazing Advisor. But if you look at the date, it's Friday. And on Friday it's a special live session because I have a co-host. He used to be a guest, but that was way too good for having as a guest. So now we have it as a co-host. He's my go-to guy to talk marketing and sales. The J-Man. Without further ado, Justin, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Riley. Thanks for having me. And yeah, happy Friday, everyone. Thank you, Riley, for hosting these amazing startup advisor sessions here. I know people are getting a lot of value. That's what we're all about, is delivering massive value first and foremost. And yeah, I I like these marketing and startup masterclasses live with Justin and Riley, or we like to call it the Ronin Report, right? Because you got two Ronins here, right? He's got his black glasses on right now. He's very dialed in, and the sonic boom comes from Riley Giles himself with Guile. For those of you who don't remember Street Fighter days, Guile is that guy that did the sonic boom. And so last week we had a big breakthrough where we put two and two together with Riley and the sales samurai that he is, combining that massive power with the boom and Guile as the Street Fighter character. So yeah, there you have it, guys. We make magic happen around here, and so this is all about building your brand, building your business, and bringing in revenue, which we all appreciate. So yeah, it's exciting to be here with you again, Riley.
I love it. I love it. And I did something slightly different for this episode because I really wanted to bring the chimp level of insights. So I brought in, because it's Friday, Casual Friday, so I brought in my France champion jersey because it's the FIFA World Cup. And I'm gonna be rooting for France for this session. Sorry, America, but I have to stick to it. But you have the combination of the two killers, and so in this episode, we are gonna give you as much value and answers as possible. This is live, so if you're watching this live, say hello in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know that you're breathing. And if you have questions or comments, or you're struggling with your business, you're blocked with your business, and you want Justin or I to have a look at that, this is your chance to basically get a free consulting right now. I think we have a combined $100 million of revenue for our customers, and probably 30 plus, 40 plus years of experience. And we want to serve this to you. As Justin, you always say, we want to serve this to you in this episode. So don't hesitate. Use it. But while we're capturing those questions, Justin, what do we want to talk about in this episode?
Yeah, well, I think, we can go two ways. One, you could roast my site, or we can touch a little bit on today's topic that we highlighted in the earlier space, which was about integrity and keeping your word. And in business, integrity is everything. And so yeah, we can go about that whichever way you want. I mean, I'm always open for a roasting. I got till about 9:45 here, 9:50 at the latest.
Yeah.
So yeah, however you want to approach it, Riley, up to you.
I told you I would roast your website. I'm just conscious about time because that's 15 minutes for us. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it.
Okay.
Drop me the link of the website again, because you have multiple ones. I think we can do only one in those 15 minutes. But let's absolutely do that.
Perfect. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, Riley. And please don't hold back, okay? Like there's one thing about well, first off, you got to be open to coaching. If you want to continuously level up, you got to be coachable. There's plenty of people who I've interacted with in corporate, and clients and students and peers that they're not really open to coaching, right? They're set in their ways. They're not open to learning more information, and it's all about, yeah, Justin, I'm good with my approaches here. I'm not looking for any coaching. I'm not looking for any feedback. I just want you to do this. I just want you to run my ads. Okay. All right, fine. No problem. We'll run your ads. No worries. We'll get you the results. But those who continuously level up in this business game, it's all about being coachable. So that's one thing about me that I really pride myself on, is I'm really open to feedback. I'm really open to different perspectives. And that is really what, fuels the journey, is being open to coaching, open to feedback. And then that's how you continuously level up. So yeah, please roast me. I'm all for it.
Ready to roll. So before I do that, let me drop a couple of disclaimers. Number one, I have my black glasses, which means black belt. I'm not holding back. So you got to get the full version of it. Second thing, this is educational purposes only. My goal is really to give you the insight so you and our viewers can learn from that and understand from that. And this is something I typically do. So I come from software engineering, got a master's degree in computer science. I also got a double degree in design. I've been a UX engineer for about 15 years, which is the reason why Justin asked me to have a look at his website. And I'm gonna have a look at a couple of things. I'm gonna have a look at the copy, the messaging, the UX, and in the UX, I'm gonna have a look more specifically at what we call the heuristics. Okay, so if there are any violations in the heuristics, and then if I can give you a couple of tweaks here and there or insights so you can improve that. That being said, are you ready?
I'm ready. I love that, Riley, and I appreciate. I didn't know that you had that extensive of a design background, so that's really really encouraging. So not only is Riley deemed in my book he's the sales samurai, but also now he's got the UX UI expertise as well. So I'm always learning new things from Riley. That's the thing. We're omni gifted, right? We're omni gifted. So and this is what's exciting about building collaborations with and networking with other founders, business professionals.
Yep.
You learn more about them, you can go deeper. So yeah, I'm excited, Riley. Thanks for doing this.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. And guys, if you're watching this and you're interested in having a similar kind of roast, let us know. We can get you on the show, or at least have a look at your website, your landing page, your apps, your marketing, and roast it live so you can learn from that. So today we're doing a little bit of a demo with Justin stuff, but if you want the same thing, reach out to us. Justin, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of information. I'm going to try to explain you how my brain is thinking as I'm looking at it so you can learn even more from that. Let's get started. So, boom, this is the first thing that I see when I land on your website, right? That's your website. For the record, Justin hasn't briefed me on anything about this. It just gave me the link, and this is the first time I look at it. So you got my first and immediate reaction. So number one, my focal point. What is the first thing that I see? I see this jumbo / headliner. That's the first thing I have a look at. Discipline data results. The reason why I see this is probably because of the high contrast with the black background and the white text, and then I see the blue text. Results actually is not the first thing I notice because the contrast with the black is lower than the contrast with the white. So I would probably switch data and results color so that results comes up in white so that it really stands out, because what people want is the outcome and the outcome is result, but the highlight is not as good. Or what I would do is get a background color of the results so that it's blue and then the color of the text becomes white, exactly like this button. You see, like the blue doesn't have a great contrast with the black, but the white has it. So you can also make it like this. Let's have a look at the rest of the website and then I'll just play with this stuff. So that's the first thing I look at. Then the next natural thing I do, which is what we called a Z-shaped reading. So can you see my cursor? Yeah. So Z-shaped reading is I go from the left side, then I go here, then I go down, then I go here. It's like it draws a Z. That's typically how people scan through information. So I went from discipline data results to the photo, then to here, and then I just finished with here. Now, when I look at the landing page and what's above the floating line, discipline data results, I don't understand what it means. I mean, I understand those words, but it's not a value proposition. Except results, I don't understand what I'm getting for that. So if I put my brain as a normal consumer, when I look at a landing page, I'm like, what's in it for me? I'm here to give you my money. I'm here to give you my time. So you have to explain me in 3 to 7 seconds, what do I get from your website? Do I get discipline? Do I get data? Do I get results? Do I get a mix of both? Do I get all of that? It's not clear. Here, you're wasting a little bit of that space to get the value proposition out there. Results is great. If it was just results, I would have said it's not clear enough what kind of results you're getting me. You getting me in better shape? Are you getting me in better health? Are you getting me a better brain? I don't know. It's not clear at this point that we are into marketing and sales kind of activities, right? So I would make it much more simpler and focus then on the result stuff. So value proposition, not great. Now let me have a look at the subtitle. Justin Results French AI first fractional CRO with 25 years of experience and trackable revenue across, now the founder of the revenue running. So here again, this is wrong. This is all about you. And I see that you use that because you want to show that you have experience, but it's a bit of a quirk because it's not addressed in the way that people will get it. We consumers are selfish. I don't understand, or I don't need to understand that you have that extensive level of experience if you don't explicitly say, I'm going to put this at the service of your business, right? Here, what you typically want to do is detail a little bit of the secret sauce. Why is it that you can get me the results? So when I look at this, the first thing here, what is the value proposition? What is the promise you make to me for my business? And then here in the subtitle, you have a little bit of a paragraph. You can start giving me the secret sauce. I don't care that you're the founder of the revenue running, unless this is a Forbes level of stuff, like you have a cover of the magazine and the entire USA knows about it. Right now they don't know, so they don't care. Just remove that. AI first fractional CRO, too complicated. If I go to a garage or a car workshop and I say, hey guys, do you know what AI first fractional CRO is? They'll probably say, I have no idea. So dumb it down, remove that. This is part of your feature. Your Justin Results French, $100 million revenue made for your customer, 25 years of experience that I'm using to serve you results for your business. And then it'll be like, oh shit, I'm gonna get 25 years of experience from a guy who helped people make 100 million for my business. And that's what the results is all about. So I would change that. Here in the value proposition, let me do my little engineering stuff. What I would do is, let's just keep it this way. What I would do, I would make it much more simpler. So you have the results, you have, okay. What do you think would be a good value proposition that gets people attention?
Yeah, and I'm loving what you're sharing so far. So the value proposition essentially is, I'm helping them put more money in their bank account through sales and marketing systems is really the value proposition. So majority of my clients and community members, what they tell me that they get the most while working with me is
Yeah.
More revenue in their bank accounts, not just moving the metrics, vanity metrics, but also the metrics in their bank account. So yeah, I just need to lean into that even more. And to your point, it's not about me, it's about what outcome I can help deliver for them. Yeah, more revenue in the bank. Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So when I say more revenue in the bank, we probably have to narrow it down so it says that it's for businesses and not individual stuff like that. But then I'm like, more revenue in the bank account? Okay, I'm curious, tell me more. So this is where I would go here and I would just slightly shift the text here so that I can explain a little bit more. Don't say everything, but explain a little bit more how I can do that. And so here I can say, uh, Justin's team, I'm thinking out loud, but Justin's team has a collective 25 years of XP and $100 million plus of revenue added to their client's bank account. All right, bank account. Or The other option is you can say, we fix A, B, C, D, and this so you can get that money. Boom. Right? Sorry, a lot of typos and stuff like that, but I'm doing all of that live. And so, value proposition, I will get you more money into your bank account. Then people are like, okay, I'm interested. How do you do that? Well, I'm gonna do exactly what I did with my 100 other clients for the past 25 years that got them $100 million of revenue added into their bank account. And this starts with A, B, C, D. Boom. That's it. So that's for the copy. Let me have a look at a couple of other things. That's really interesting because you see, I reduced the size of the header, and now I see this that I actually didn't see before.
Hmm.
So you have that little moving ribbon that you can leverage, but it wasn't visible before, and that was a shame. Now let's have a look at a little bit of the website. I'm gonna switch into my UX gear because I see a couple of heuristics. Number one, I don't see those things. It's too small, so forget about it. Too many little icons. It's not helping you. Here is pretty much the same thing as here, so I would remove it or just put it once. 25-year experience, $100 million generated, 200 business people helped. So it's a little bit of this. You say the same thing 3 times. I know we have to repeat ourselves, but this is a landing page, so you want to make it lean, right? You want to make it lean. Here's a little bit of cosmetic heuristic violation. It's like that thing sits on a second line, but the line is empty. So you probably want to remove it so that the stuff sit on just one line, so it makes it easier for people to grasp. Photo. Let me have a look at the photo. Justin Result French. Okay, that's cool. It's a little bit strange because on this photo you are not on your branding. I don't know if it's normal or not, but I would bring a little bit of something, maybe just a little bit of a tweaking of the photo, photoshopping it so that you have a blue stroke so people can identify you. Copy this image. You know what? Let me go crazy because it's for you, Justin. Let me actually do this live.
Yeah, and guys, Riley's going crazy here for me, so I feel extra privileged here.
Yeah,
So
you're
yeah,
getting good
and
stuff.
more for more context here. So this justinrfrench.com, this is my personal brand site, and so I redid it recently in Lovable, and yeah, this is why AI only can get you so far. You need somebody like Riley with his expertise in UI UX design to still go through even after AI completes the website, because again, you can't pick up on there's no substitute to the wisdom and expertise and the intelligence that Riley has. AI can get us a lot farther than before, but you still need someone who's like a high level operator like Riley to go in and do this extra you know look and feel and feedback. So I'm glad we're going through this live because it's invaluable. You won't get this from any AI. You need the expertise behind the AI, and that's what Riley clearly has been demonstrating. So yeah, thank you, Riley. This is brilliant. I got about like 5 more minutes here, and then I got to wrap. But and this is just the top of the fold, guys. Like we haven't even gone through the whole website. We can maybe do a part 2 next week. But yeah, like again, spending time at the top fold of the website is really important.
Yeah,
Again, top fold means people land on your page without scrolling. What is all the information they see at a glance and first impression, and is it going to enable them to get to the next step with you, right? Like you always want to make sure they're taking that next action. So yeah, and shout out to Nicholas out there. Good stuff. These changes will absolutely help. Yeah, awesome, Nicholas. Yeah, great to have you here. Another great mind in the
there you go.
Ronin
There you go.
community on X.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
good to see you, Nicholas. Good stuff, man.
Absolutely. So let me surf through that. Thank you, Justin, for giving me like a 1 minute. to Photoshop my stuff here. So typically, I did really quickly, just so you get the stuff, but adding a little bit of a stroke with your branding color around you, so people can get to see, okay, this is you. If you want to get to the next level, you could eventually reduce the saturation of the other folks, so that you stand out a little bit more. But just add a little bit of branding here, so people can say, okay, that's the guy, and now I get it. Boom. Let me get back to the website and scroll through a couple of other stuff. There we go. Boom. XYZ. There we are. Okay, we have this here. So yeah, the photo. That's what I would do. Definitely clean the stuff. Then the next heuristic I see that is not that great is this. You have a little bit of a contrast issue. Gray on black is not amazing. So you want your text color to be slightly higher in contrast. Eventually, some of the really cool keywords, you probably want to get them into that blue color, so that they stand out a little bit more. What I do see here, SaaS, fintech, biotech, e-commerce is very diverse. So this is probably where I want to put the 200 plus businesses. Because usually when I see this with people, I'm like, this guy has worked with a lot of different companies, but he doesn't spend a lot of time with SaaS. Like probably he has like one SaaS client, one fintech client, one biotech client, and so that dilutes the message. So what you want to do here is really say, at this level, what I want to do, I'm gonna go here in the text here. Let me check, just like a quick copy edit, and say 200 plus clients served, or whatever the term that you want to do. And then boom, here now you drop a couple of examples, right? So that when people read this, like, okay, 200 clients. So now that explains why he has SaaS, fintech, biotech, e-commerce, and it's so diverse. Because yeah, 200 clients. A lot of folks, they have 5 clients and they will say SaaS, fintech, biotech. So you want to you want to push that. No, I'm not this kind of guy. I had an extensive portfolio. So that's for the landing page. Here are a couple of heuristics. I would remove the ninja here. It doesn't help. The contrast is not that great, and the icon is too small for me to notice that it's a ninja, a Ronin. And AI fractional CRO, I would remove it. Try to find a title that is much simpler for people to get. This is your marketing title. Get a title that is clear, that says, okay, I'm gonna get you the results. I'm your fractional results co-founder, fractional CRO. That's it. AI first. You're competing with a lot of folks. AI is one of your secret sauce. You don't have to talk about it unless you've built an AI and you'll be like, yeah, but no, I'm an AI guy, but I'm a real AI guy. I'm not just a ChatGPT wrapper. I'm not the guy that just prompting with ChatGPT, right? You want to set yourself apart from these things. Let me scroll really quickly because we have 1 more minute left to what's in here, but we can probably do an episode 2 next week, diving even more into that. Meet Justin Results French. Boom. I would put a nice picture of you here in this section because it's about meeting the person. 25 years of experience. This is all good. 90 days. This is all good. I would probably put this in yellow. I would use like a slightly different color so it stands out, because that's the one thing that you have. Remove the M dashes. Your text has been reviewed by AI. I can tell. I would get this out. This is really good proof and good numbers. You want to build on top of that. What you do, AI fractional CRO. So this is a classic mistake. This is not what you do. This is who you are. So what I do for my clients, I do AI fractional CRO. That's not an action. I get my clients better revenues. I save them money. I get them more money. I fix the leaky pipes. That's what you want to do. Paid media, exactly. This one is good. Revenue and system automation. This is an output. This is not an outcome. What is the consequence of you doing this? That's a leaner business, a business that gets results faster, save them money and stuff like that. So that you want to change. That's an output, not an outcome. This one is an output, but it's a clear one. I would get this one. This one I would completely change. When you say to people, oh, I'm an AI fractional CRO, they immediately think, so what? You need to answer that so what question. I would do it here. Blue ocean positioning, competitive. I'm not sure that people understand blue ocean positioning. um, red ocean, blue ocean kind of stuff. So I would probably tune it down a little bit. Join the discipline. Then you have the paid stuff. Oh my god, this guy is so cheap. That makes no sense. um, Pricing, yeah, you know that stuff. You see, I said yellow as an emphasis of the 90 days. You use yellow as an emphasis of sensei. So I kind of connect with you. That's your color. That's your third color. That's the color that was missing in your branding. So I love it. Use this color a bit more to put the light on the really important things. So typically, $100 million made for my customer, I would use that yellow color, bam, to slap that information. I'm glad to pause here because I want to be sure that you're not late for your next customer meeting. Justin, what is your impression right away? What's your take? And should we do a next episode?
Yeah, no, we definitely need to do a part 2 next Friday, schedule permitting. And man, I love sitting here watching a master work, right? So when you see a master in his zone of genius, it's very comforting and impressive to see. So yeah, no, I appreciate the valuable coaching and feedback that you shared, Riley, and I'm gonna take action and implement, right? Because it makes no difference here if we're not taking action. And that's the main takeaway I hope everyone takes away from this is the knowledge is only good as long as it's acted upon. And so I have some great notes here from Riley. I'm going to go back to the drawing board a bit and make these changes and enhancements. And that's around and around we go. It's, we learn and then we drop the L and we earn and we execute what we learn and then we get feedback and then we just continue that momentum and that cycle. So yeah, thank you, Riley. Again, I got to go to this client appointment now, but yeah, I really appreciate the feedback and happy Friday to you and everyone. And how many live viewers do we have so far?
We have about, so it's telling me we have about 50 plus live viewers or 50 plus folks had a
Nice.
look at this session. Thank you, Nicholas. And as
Yeah.
I was saying, if you want us, Justin and I, to have a look at your product, your landing page, your copy, your stuff like that, to give you actionable insights, you see, we went in the nitty gritty of his landing page, at least the beginning of it. We can do that. We usually charge a lot of money for that, so
Yeah.
doing this live for you is the best gift that we can give you. We'll do a second episode, like I said, Justin. I'll usually when I do this, it's a 60 to 90 minute session where I drill down heavily on the entire stuff. So we can definitely do an episode 2. But there you go, you got served.
Yeah, thank you, Riley. Well, send me the bill, man. So, all right, guys. Well, hey, I'll leave you in the very capable hands with Riley here to finish out the show, and yeah, I really appreciate you, Riley. Go France, go USA, and in the World Cup. And guys, have a great weekend. And I'm sure Riley and I will be back next Friday, schedule permitting. But yeah, wishing everyone a great weekend, reboot, re-energize, and realign for the coming week. So, and yeah, keep up the great work you're doing, Riley. Really, really appreciate it.
Boom. See you next one, Justin.
All right, have a good one, man. Thank you.
Have a good one. Take care. All right, so that was our session with Justin. If you want a chance to connect with Justin, have a look at his social media. He is on X and LinkedIn. Let me see if I can share this with you right now. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Let me share this now. Oh, share screen. Justin, there you go. Boom. That's Justin X profile, so feel free to reach out to him, connect with him, follow him, and send him your questions. The other thing about Justin is that he does weekly live sessions, weekly spaces. It's every single day at 6:45 Pacific, and I think it's 9:45 Eastern time, so New York. Feel free to join that. These are really, really inspiring and actionable spaces where you can comment, drop your questions, and you essentially get access to Justin's brain plus a couple of co-hosts, including moi. Not every week, I have to say, not available every week, but that's the one way you can reach out to Justin. The other way you can reach out to Justin is through the Revenue Ronin. So you can have a look at that, connect, subscribe to the Revenue Ronin, and you also have, I think, the member. If you want to become a member to the Revenue Ronin, here's a little bit of the stuff that you have. I am personally a member of the Revenue Ronin, like a lot of other folks. Yeah, pretty much close to 40 folks are part of the Revenue Ronin. So this is how you can get help from Justin, my marketing and CRO guy. Do we have any questions in the chat? Let me know if you have any questions. If you want me to have a look at a couple of stuff, I can do this today. I can do this live for a couple of more minutes. Boom, boom. Let me see. Let me have a look at that. Sure. And if it's the first time that you see me on this live sessions, my name is Riley Riles. I'm a startup advisor and investor, and I run this community called the SaaS and Startup Kitchen. And last year I helped 7 founders generate $1.3 million of revenue by working with them in the trenches. I'm essentially a temporary co-founder for startup founders and startup builders, and the goal is really to get you from zero to revenue. If you're building a SaaS or if you're building a startup, that's what I do every day in this community. And you can get my content on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on X. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I answer all the messages, I answer all the comments, and I also do have a newsletter where I share my insights and my tactical insights, I should say. It's on Substack and it's called the Amazigh Advisor Newsletter. So every single week I drop a little bit of an episode where I give you actionable insights on how you can get your startup to get your revenue. There are a couple of episodes that I already shot. Every single newsletter has a little bit of text, a little bit of reading. I would say it's about 1 to 3 minute reading because I really like to keep it short for you to focus. And if, like me, you're more of a listener, I do an audio version of it with the newsletter. It's accessible directly from the newsletter or the Spotify platform. So if you're more of a listener like me, you can also listen to every single episode I read it for you. Boom, we have a question. Chip. Let me get this here. So we have a question. Let me read the question right here. So the question is from James. Hello, James. How would you compare B2B website like you just did to a B2C website like you just did to a B2B website where it is much less about selling from the website and more about the credibility? That's a great question. Let me digest this a little bit. So how would you compare? So the one I just did should be a B2B website because I know Justin is all about B2Bs. He works with companies and small and medium companies or small and medium enterprises. But your question is still very, very legit. So how would you compare in a website where it's much less about website but more about credibility? I am not sure I agree with you on this because it really depends on your market and the level of awareness of your customers, and so in some areas you need to build credibility, but in some areas you want to get the sales. It really depends on what you're selling, how complex your product or service is, and the level of customization that you need to have. So if it's something that you can sell right off the box that is highly standardized, like an IKEA furniture, then yes, your website can be closer to a e-commerce kind of website, because people will just give you the money and then you'll just ship them the product or service. However, if what you're selling requires a little bit of adjustment, a little bit of customization, and that customization has significant impact on the return on investment for the client, then yes, what you want to do is really get the website to get you on a call, get you on a discovery call, get you on some sort of way to diagnose and audit your clients so you can deliver the best potential product or service. Every business who sells something, whether it's a product or a service, needs to build for credibility, right? There are three things that you need to make sure. There are three things sorry, let me do it again. There are three boxes that you need to tick. You need people to know you, you need people to somehow like you, and you need people to trust you, right? And the trust is foundational. So you always need credibility and trust, whether you're directly selling like a one-click e-commerce stuff or whether you want to get people to the next level. So the credibility and the trust is always necessary on any kind of website that you put out for people, whether you sell something directly or not. Let me know if I answered your question or if you want to rebound a little bit more into that. Perfect transition. To expand, I'd be selling to hospitals. So there isn't inbound hospitals, is just to corroborate that we're a legit company and provide information. Yeah, absolutely. So I have two startups that I'm working with who are in the med tech industry, and 99% of their sales in their pipeline doesn't come from the website. It comes from the outbound. And yes, the website is really more of a way to exist on the internet so that people can sort of do a little bit of due diligence and see that you're here and that you're doing a couple of stuff. So if you're into this kind of industry, a good way to leverage your website is really to give more information to people. Number one, know that you exist. Tell people that you exist and that you're legit. Number two, expand a little bit more on what you're doing. So your website serves a little bit as a documentation thing so that you don't have to jump into 15-minute calls to explain to people what you're doing. So that's one way for you to automate and scale those conversations. And the third thing is also a way for you to leverage as a always accessible deck to present. So typically what I mean by that is you going on a meeting, people are telling you, okay, what is it that you do? Instead of pulling out a deck or some sort of documentation, you can just bring your website out and you can show some of the use cases, because that information has been curated. It's the best information that you can put out there, and that serves immediately as a deliverable, so you don't have to email it to people afterwards and stuff like that. So in this kind of situation, yes, make sure the website ticks the box of you exist. People can search you and find you on the internet, which helps build credibility. Your website could also scale a little bit of that outreach and communication, so you don't have to do calls and meetings all the time to explain to people what you do and show a couple of use cases. And this could serve as a direct material when you are doing calls or conversations with people, so you don't have to put other resources and everything is centralized on the website, so that you make sure that you don't need to open any documentations. Let me know if I answered your question. Let me know if this was useful to you or not. And I see we have another comment or question. Pew! This is from Prince Pickleball, Purple Rain. I'd be down for a profile audit. God, that'd been a busy at that appointment. Yes, so here's what you can do. So I don't do too much profile audits. I mean, I could, but I'm more into having a look at product and services. But here's what you can do. Follow me on X, because I see you coming from X. So follow me on X, and then send me a DM so that I can have a look at that, and I'll reach out to you when we can do this for another episode. Is there? Yep, I think I answered this one. So definitely we're gonna have a look at that. And if you want this to be done with Justin and I, so we can both have a look at your profile, we'll do this on Fridays, because Fridays is the day where we get together and sort of combo that. Definitely useful response. Thanks, I appreciate that. Thank you, James. And guys, if you don't know James, I'm connected to him on LinkedIn. He's building this amazing medtech startup, so have a look at what he's doing, and if you know someone who can benefit from that, reach out to him and do the connections. Perfect. So you can reach out to me and connect. Do we have any other questions or comments? It is your time to shine. Let me know. Let me just remove that jab. In the meantime, if you don't know me, if you just joined, my name is Riley Riles. I'm a startup advisor and investor, and I have this program in the school community called the SaaS and Startup Kitchen, where I help founders go from zero to revenue, especially if you're a solo tech founder and you're stuck in the building mode. You're building, you're shipping, but you have zero paid users, zero customers. I can help you with that. I have 15 years of experience in tech and startups. One of my startup was mentored by Elon Musk. I nearly raised $1 million with him. And my current startup has reached the $2 million of revenue. And I want to help as many startup founders as possible. So have a look at that. I think I have this amazing entry tier level just for you to join the community. It's $10 a month. It's really to get you inside the community, to make sure you get a little bit of help. So leverage this discount, use it, join it as fast as possible, and let me know so I can help you with your customers. That's it. I don't see any more questions or comments, so we're gonna cut this episode right here. But I'll be back next week. We're back with the weekly sessions. So every day of the week except Wednesday, we'll do this 45 to an hour minute sessions, and we'll discuss startups, growth, scale, and fix some of your products. So stay tuned. See you on the next one. But until then, boom.